After a couple of days on the island of Santorini, we got the ferry over to Syros.
This is Syros. It was established in the 12th century by the Venetians. With its small narrow streets, it can only be explored by foot. We got lost about 56 times. But
that's the charm of it. And of course, one of the first things we did after arriving was get those Insta shots.
You always look so uncomfortable when you're sunbathing.
Be comfortable. In fact, this is helping my head. Because if it wasn't for this, I'd be doing that. That'd look even worse.
Hey Patreons, this is What the Faux. This is our second vlog of our big trip, and I'm filming on my phone at the moment because, Nick, what do you need with the camera for it to work?
Right, we forgot the battery for our nice new camera which we spent a lot of money on, specifically for these videos. And of course today we're going to go on a walking tour around Athens, so we're going to see a lot of Athens, and we don't have our camera. So we're doing it on our phone.
Yeah, so it's fine. It's all going to work out in the end. But yeah, we're going on a free walking tour around Athens. We're going to see the sights, we'll show you what we see and catch up with you in a bit.
Let's go!
Obviously it's not always sunny, so you sometimes have cloud at night, and so it turns into a hydro clock, and that's the way they told the time back in those days.
Clever Greeks. Look where we are. This is the Acropolis. Well, that's the rock, because you hear about that in Athens, the Acropolis, that's the rock, and the Parthenon is the temple on top. The word Acropolis, what that means is, acro means top.
Like the highest point.
Yeah, the highest point. And polis means city. Acropolis.
I just found out something really interesting about the Parthenon. So that's where people used to go to vote. Obviously, that was for men, not women, no slaves, just kind of the important rich men. But the interesting thing is, so they vote by writing on a clay pot who they want to rule the country. But the interesting thing is, the most popular one obviously gets to rule. The least popular gets exiled for like 9 years out of Athens. Hey guys, so it's day 2 here in Athens. And we're on the camera, which is always good, isn't it? We aren't doing it by our phones today, but yesterday we kind of had a walk around. We saw the Parthenon from like a distance, really, didn't we?
Yes.
So today we're going to go up close and personal with it. And yeah, it's 20 euros to get in apparently. Like we heard yesterday that you can get a ticket for 30 euros that will get you into like all 7 different places around Athens.
But we're thinking this is probably the only attraction we're going to go to, so
yeah, we're not bothered about the others because we kind of saw them yesterday.
So I think pay 20 euros for that rather than 30 euros to get into multiple.
Yeah.
We're just going to go for the Parthenon. We're going to go for the big one.
And then after that we're going to see if we can get to the REFUGEE hotel and see what's going down there. So see you then. Just got here. Check out this line that we just went through. Luckily they changed the desk, so I kind of jumped 10 people ahead. Probably annoyed some people, but that's life, guys. We've been told to wear suitable shoes by our couchsurfing host, but this is what we've got.
We're travellers. We don't want to wear shoes, do we?
We don't wear those trainers, my friend. We use flip-flops. So if we fall over, it's our fault. But we're going up there. Ready?
Welcome to the Parthenon.
So for weeks while we've been travelling through Greece, we've been trying to think what our podcast game would be this month, because obviously it's got to be something about Greece, so we're thinking smashing plates and things like that. Look at where we are. And we've finally just come up with a game, so I'm really excited about this. Do you want to explain it?
Yeah, so well, the purpose of these little update videos is to give you a bit of behind the scenes footage of how we come up with games and what we do on the show. So we were just sat here taking a break thinking, what can we do? And Amy came up with the idea, there are a lot of famous Greek philosophers, so Amy thought, okay, why don't I read you a quote from a famous philosopher, and you
Socrates or
yeah,
something like that.
Aristotle, people like that, and I've got to guess whether it's really a Greek philosopher or it's someone else saying a quote, and we're like, okay, what could that game be called? Think Greek or like Greek or freak, and then
Or Greek or tweaked, so it's like a tweaked sentence
yes,
or quote
tweaking
or
the
like
sentence. And then I said, how about Greek or tweet? So Amy could read out some sentences, from famous philosophers, or it could be a tweet from, I don't know, a famous person or anyone, because you know how people like to put up these philosophical quotes on their Twitter,
all the time.
Facebook and Instagram, don't they? Like, give us an example. What did you say?
Oh, it's like, you don't know what's ahead until you're ahead yourself, so don't worry about it.
Like bollocks like that. So Greek or tweet, that could be a good idea for the game. Rather than it be a quiz or something like that, we want to try to do something different. But that's how we come up with these games. We just sit and brainstorm, and today, where we are is a good place to do that.
I think it's a pretty good place to come up with the idea, and also we need to add in like smashing of plates and things like that, because obviously that's very Greek. We want to go to a plate smashing place. I don't even know what they're called, but yeah, we'll add some of that into the game as well.
Yeah, what we like. We want to try and hit all the stereotypes.
We love a stereotype, just like our listener told us. What's his name?
Charles.
This is for you, Charles. We had a bit of a sit down, and now we've come to this station here. It's Victoria Station, and we're here because
We're going to a hotel. It sounds a bit strange, but I've heard about this hotel called City Plaza. Apparently it used to be a hotel, it's now shut down, but now it's a free place for refugees to go, because Greece was hit probably the hardest out of all the European countries, with loads of refugees coming in from the Middle East, places like Syria, just because of where Greece is geographically. And apparently there's a waiting list of like thousands of people to get in this place. We emailed them ahead of time to tell them we're coming, because we want to speak to someone and let everyone know the work they do. But no, they didn't get back to us.
they didn't reply.
So we're just going to turn up and see what happens.
We're not sure if this is the right City Plaza, but we'll take you along and see what we can find. So we think we found it up here, Hotel Plaza. And like the area's completely changed already, so it's really multicultural here, isn't it?
Yeah.
People are kind of staring at us a little bit, kind of, what are you doing here?
Yeah, why tourists here? And we're walking past lots of restaurants like Kabul Kitchen, and lots of Arabic writing, so it definitely seems like the kind of immigrant part of town. So I think we're in the right place, but let's see if anyone will talk to us.
Okay, so quick update. So you just saw us in Victoria area, but we're now back at our couchsurfing house because they actually said yes, come back at 6 o'clock. Well, a maybe really, because their manager, Nazim I think it's called, he is going to be there later for some sort of meeting, and they said come back. Came back, chilled out and freshened ourselves up, and we're about to head back out.
Yeah, hopefully next time you guys see a bit of footage, it's either inside the hotel, hopefully we can film, or we'll let you know how it goes.
Guys, we've just had an amazing night. Unfortunately, we couldn't film anything because there's children and sensitive people in there. But oh my god, have we not just had an incredible night? But incredible as in we've learnt so much.
Yeah, really interesting. So they let us come in, and we were part of a meeting where they briefed like new volunteers on what the place is, what's going on there. So we listened to that. We then got to speak to a few people. We spoke to 2 people that work there or volunteer there, who you will hear about on the podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Amy said, we couldn't film in there, which is a real shame.
Yeah.
But it was a success. And not only that, can you believe it? They also fed us for free. So not
Yeah.
only did we meet people, we spoke to people who volunteer there, they also bloody fed us for free. Well,
Which is amazing.
we offered money, but they
Yeah.
said no, like...
So we had dinner with a girl from the UK as well, but also a guy from Iran, the two people that we interviewed, and they're just such amazing people, and just the way that this place works is really, really interesting because it's different to NGOs and other like charities. It's really amazing, and they're kind of setting up a model that they think other people would be able to use, and they're trying to develop it and see how it will change. So yeah, no, it's really, really interesting actually. But like we said, you'll hear the full interview on the podcast and all will be explained there. But guys, it's definitely one to listen to. Okay, so day 3. I will explain to you what we're doing today, but we're with a couchsurfing host, Konstantinos, and we're on our daily, what would you call it, activity of finding the car, because he never remembers where he parked, but we're gonna go find it. Konstantinos, so you can't remember where you parked?
Yeah.
Where did you go yesterday? When was the last time you drove the car?
Well, everything in the universe is somewhere, you know, somewhere in the space-time continuum. My car seems to be...
What did you say the other day? Finding your car?
That I did have a car, right?
You
What?
definitely do have a car.
You said something the other day, finding your car is harder than the Pope? What
Yeah,
was it?
I think that finding my car is harder than taking a selfie with a Pope.
Found it?
Yeah, I'm starting to believe that it's moving, you know.
We found the car.
So we are driving with our couchsurfing host, Konstantinos. What are we doing today?
We're going to Exarchia. Exarchia is one of the oldest neighborhoods in Athens. It's famous for, you know, it's a far left territory. It used to have a lot of law offices, publishing houses had their headquarters there, so it's a pretty intellectual place.
So like Christiania in Denmark, Copenhagen?
Yeah, there are a lot of squats. You can find people smoking weed. There's barely any police, and when there's police, there are also clashes. Imagine that there's a small riot that takes place every Friday evening, and some kids, they gather inside the sanctuary of the university. They make a lot of cocktails and they meet the riot police. And it's like that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, should be interesting.
What happened to that guy again on the side of the wall?
So now the story is that, you know, whenever police passes by in Exarchia, there will be classes. Even the police department here is uphill. It's outside the neighborhood. They don't have patrols. So he just threw a small 500 milliliter bottle of water, a plastic one, to the police car, and then the guy exited the car and shot him through the heart. And then they said that the bullet had ricocheted. They took one of these, you know, this cement balls that supposedly was the one to be started, but that was it. It was a murder. And then there were riots in Athens. There were 3 main squats in the universities that are around the center, because the junta had moved the universities outside of the center, so things like that wouldn't happen. Apart from the business school, the architecture school that I told you, we're going to get there. And what else? There are some more, but they're not close to here. This is the deep center. I'll be both.
are now, what kind of place does this look to you? Does it look like a doctor's surgery or dentist? Maybe university? Well,
Surely not.
it's a university, this is it.
Yeah, this is the most prestigious department of architecture in Greece. Oh, everything is chaotic here, guys.
So, we have found out today that it's actually illegal for the police to come in here. Well, they can come in for one reason, and one reason only, if somebody has committed murder. But other than that, if you committed a crime, you can come here and the police can't find you, they can't come and get you, because they're legally not allowed on this land. Pretty interesting stuff.
We're gonna end the video there, guys. That was Athens, and I had a really good time. I really enjoyed Athens. It went above my expectations, and Greece in general was just really cool. Good start to the trip.
Yeah, definitely. And like a lot of people said to us that Athens wasn't all that, and it's quite a dirty place and things like that, but I just didn't see it. I loved it.
Yeah, and I called it actually on the first update video in Santorini. I said, I could be wrong, but I think I'm gonna like Athens, even though a lot of people have told me they didn't like it. And yeah, I knew myself then, and I did like it. I really enjoyed it. So really cool place. I'd recommend it for sure.
So we are currently sitting in our hotel room of the next country that you'll see on our update video. So we're in Egypt now, and tomorrow morning we're up early. We've got a 6 o'clock start to start our brand new tour in Egypt. So that's going to be fun, we think. Let's see how it goes down, and you'll see that in the next update video. Oh, and also, I mean, the person who made the Athens trip was Konstantinos, and we're really sad. We miss him a lot.
Yeah, you would have seen him in this video. He really made our trip special. It's what happens when we always couch surf, really. It's the couchsurfing hosts that show us around their favourite parts of the city, and they're just someone to hang out with, get that local knowledge. And every trip we've done where we have couch surfed, it's always been the host that's really made the trip that bit special. So Konstantinos, you were a legend, and so funny as well.
Yeah, and do you think he misses us?
This is our last day in Athens with our host, Konstantinos. Are you sad that we're leaving?
Mate, I'll be using my tears as lubricant.
So we're going to leave the video there, guys. We'll see you on our next update video or our next podcast episode.